Namaskar. This is Firstpost and you're watching Vantage with me, Palki Sharma. The focus tonight is on Kazan in Russia, where BRICS leaders have gathered for a summit. Today, Prime Minister Modi met Russian President Vladimir Putin. Can they China-proof their ties? After yesterday's border breakthrough, will Prime Minister Modi also meet Chinese President Xi Jinping? Neither side has confirmed or denied. If they meet, it will be their first formal meeting in 5 years. And what's on the BRICS agenda? As the group expands, is it becoming anti-West or an alternative to the West? We'll discuss all of that. In West Asia, Israel has arrested 14 people who were spying for Iran. These are Israelis on Tehran's payroll. We'll bring you their full story. Also looking at why America is infamous for intelligence leaks. Why do they have this leaky setup? Is it by design? How religion is polarizing voters in the US election. Why India is debating its 3-decade-old law that bans sex determination tests for fetuses. How the honeymoon has ended for Bangladesh's interim leader Mohammad Yunus. What's the story of India's biggest IPO? Why have the shares of Hyundai slipped? And are you a serial returner of the goods that you purchase online? Do you know the chain that you trigger every time you press return? All this and more coming up. The headlines first. The International Monetary Fund retains India's GDP growth forecast, keeps it unchanged at 7% for the current fiscal year. But IMF lowers China's growth forecast for this year to 4.8%. Warns that Beijing's property woes could worsen. China's economic growth is expected to slow down further in 2025. Israel says it has uncovered a Hezbollah bunker holding millions of dollars in cash and gold. It claims that the bunker is under a hospital in the southern suburbs of Beirut. Israel has ruled out striking this medical facility, even as the hospital's director has denied these allegations. Ukrainian President Zelensky says peace talks with Russia depend on the outcome of the US presidential election. If Donald Trump wins next month's election, there are fears that Washington's military and financial aid for Kiev could be in jeopardy. Last month, Zelensky met both Trump and Kamala Harris during his visit to the US. Venezuela arrests its former oil minister. He had resigned just days before his arrest. The former minister is accused of links to a firm controlled by the US intelligence services. This comes 3 months after President Nicolas Maduro's disputed re-election, which the US has refused to recognize amid opposition claims of fraud. Turkey's president condemns late preacher Fethullah Gulen and his followers. Recep Tayyip Erdogan calls them traitors and vows to pursue them globally. Just days ago, the influential cleric had died in exile. Erdogan had accused this preacher of masterminding a coup, a failed coup in 2016. And China and the Vatican extend the deal on the appointment of bishops for another 4 years. This marks a new stage in improving ties between the two. The Vatican and China's communist leadership do not have formal diplomatic relations. The Vatican recognizes Taiwan, which Beijing claims as its own territory.
Firstpost decodes the U.S. election. Explains how America chooses its president. Your primer on the race to the White House. Everything you need to know about how America votes and its global implications. U.S. Election Explained. Every Monday and Thursday only on Firstpost.